Hi there, welcome to the Call to Cinema, and welcome to, I guess, for until I can think of a better name, we'll call this Reviews Day Tuesday. And I wanted to start it with something kind of special and kind of different. So tonight we are going to be looking at not one, not two, but three different films. And I'm going to be not only reviewing these, but I'm going to be ranking them as well. And I figured that these would be a good one to start with since they do all kind of go together. It's not a franchise or a series or anything like that, but in a way they definitely go together, and you can see them right here. These are as you can see, the Ruben Galindo Jr. films that came out from Vinegar Syndrome. One for October, one for November, and one for December. And I will start in the month that it came out in. I'll talk a little bit about the film, what my thoughts of it is, and then at the end of it, what I'll do is I'll give you my ranking for these three films, like from best to worst. Now, that being said, all three of these films are actually really kind of fun, but it's going to be my personal ranking, and you may be a little surprised because people have certain like really big thoughts when it comes to these films and which one they think is the superior film. So let's start off first with Graverobbers. Now, this was actually the second one I saw because I didn't get the package. Actually, this was a September, October, November. I apologize. So this was a September release, and I didn't have the subscriber package, and nor did I have the bones at the time to get the September releases. So although I really wanted this one, I didn't get this one until the Black Friday sale. So this one came in like on New Year's Eve, and it was one of the very first things that I watched right after the collar. So this is Graverobbers, and it is pretty much just like Friday the 13th Part 6. And some of you may be kind of scratching your heads a bit, but it really, really is. With the unique, different supernatural twist. Like Friday the 13th Part 6, it's a supernatural film. Like Friday the 13th Part 6, it is a pretty like cool little slasher film with some decent kills, no nudity, and a really good hulking monster of a guy that's killing people. And how does it go? Well, it's actually pretty simple. So we have this guy here at the beginning of the film. Goes back into ancient times. During the whole like Spanish Inquisition and all that type of stuff. So we see this guy. He's a big brute of a dude, and he's got this girl like tied down in a pentagram, and he's going to assault her and bring forth the son of Satan so that he can basically rule the earth. Now this does not go his way, and he is quickly caught and taken and pretty much judged. So he's put on a torture device, and they say, renounce, say what you did, say you were guilty, and then better things can happen for you. So he eventually, that's what he does. He says, yes, I did it. I'm guilty. I wanted to bring Satan, the real true master, into the universe through this vessel, being the girl. And they wanted to hear him say it, but this is not like a get out of jail free card. Nope. They take this huge freaking axe and they swing it right into his chest. And as he's dying, he curses the guy. He says, one of these days, somebody's going to come. They're going to take this axe out of my chest, and I am going to go after your descendants, and I will bring the son of Satan back from one of your descendants. So there you go. We know that's what's going to happen because it's called Graverobbers, and it's got a big guy on it, and he's kind of got an axe. So we know the axe isn't going to not come into play. And literally that is where it goes from there. There's these kind of like young, early 20s, like Graverobbers. They're not like the old Graverobbers, like you think like a Burke and Hare type of thing. No, they're young. They're like a couple. Well, there's six of them really, but two of them go off on their own. But they're like three couples, and what they do is they go around different places. One is this girl is a blonde girl, and she's kind of psychic. So basically, she can tell where the gold is in a grave. Because one of the Mexican traditions, apparently, according to this, is that a lot of times they would like have like gold and money that they would leave with the corpses, as I'm not sure if it was like for a passageway or whatnot. Anyway, there's gold, so that's your MacGuffin. So they get to this grave, and the girl says, there's more gold in this grave here than anywhere else. Like this is a mother lode. We have found the mother lode of gold. So they dig, and they find a corpse. There is no gold. I know what you're thinking. You think there's going to be an axe in the guy, right? No, there's not. So she gets down because she is sure that it is there. And when she does, she moves over a little bit, and lo and behold, the grave bottom falls, and she just falls down. We don't know if she's dead or not at first. We hear her scream, then we hear nothing. So her boyfriend goes down after her, and we find this huge crypt down below, and there's all this gold down there, and there's these jewels, and they're pretty happy at this point. So meanwhile, there's a sheriff that we've met earlier, and his daughter. Now the sheriff is played by the same guy that played the Spanish Inquisition guy that that killed the bad guy, and the daughter is played by the same girl that played the girl that was getting sacrificed. Was going to be assaulted at the beginning of the film. So we kind of know where this is going. We have an idea. We just don't know how well it's going to go there. So let's cut to the chase. Basically, we know the axe is going to be taken out, and he's going to come back, and he's going to rain heavenly fury, or unheavenly fury, hellish fury, I guess, on everybody. And he does. He goes after people. There's some really cool kills in there. We get beheadings, of course, decapitations. We get a bunch of a really cool kill. One's really cool kill in a jail cell that I don't want to give away because it is so good and it's so well done. And it has to deal with how they're eventually going to try to what they need to do to capture this killer. Now he is going on his pretty much going about he's this unholy big huge dude with a gigantic axe, and he's with supernatural powers. He can't die. He gets crumbled into dust. There's a lot of very Friday the 13th-esque things, and especially from part 6. And you eventually, you're really you're not rooting for the guy, but it's a cool character. You could kind of see if they had wanted to make a sequel to this, so easy to do. Eventually, he comes across the girl that looks like the girl that he was going to have the demon child with, and he goes relentlessly after her until it comes to a point where now the Graverobbers that are left and the sheriff have to get together and go out and save the girl and stop this unstoppable killer. So what did I think of this one? Well, I thought this was actually fantastic. I really, really enjoyed this film. I wasn't quite sure at the beginning of it because I wasn't sure if I was going to really buy into the whole Spanish Inquisition, the whole kind of hellish type demon killer thing. But I really did, and the guy, whoever was under this suit right here, really good job. Great physicality, which is what you need for a monstrous character like this. All the actors in this are really fun and really good. I watched this with its original Spanish language. I watched it with these subtitles on because that's the way I am. I'm geeky that way. And I enjoyed every second of this film. I was sad when it was over because I just wanted to see more. But it was a truly satisfying experience, and I can say I really did enjoy this film. Next up. Now, Cemetery of Terror was the first one that I saw. And whereas Graverobbers was pretty much Friday the 13th Part 6, Cemetery of Terror is kind of, how do I put this? Evil Dead meets Michael Jackson's Thriller. And I'm not even joking about that. Trust me, look for the Michael Jackson's Thriller blatant reference in here. There's even a sequence in here basically where we meet characters that we think are the lead characters. I won't tell you which. We meet two sets of characters at the beginning of the film. And the characters that we meet, one of those groups of characters is going to get killed off. Bam, they're gone. That's it. And then we're going to, because this movie changes focus about 35, 40 minutes in. And you know what? I thought I was going to be bothered by that, but it's actually really, really cool. I really enjoyed it. And this is so fun. This is such a fun film. The leads in this one are really good. The kills, again, are fantastic. I really don't want to give away too much of Cemetery of Terror because this is one that I truly did enjoy. I love these covers, by the way. I know these slip covers are sold out right now, so it's kind of... But if you can ever get your hands on one of these slip covers, they are gorgeous. Now, there's the alternate artwork for this one here. I didn't share on the other one because, honestly, I really don't like the alternate artwork for Graverobbers. That's the negative for Graverobbers that I got for it. But this is fun. Right to the big twist at the end. It's just a really fun film, and it's fast. It doesn't stop. Once it starts up, it just keeps going and going and going. And Ruben Galindo Jr. has that basically has that thing where his movies tend to like really kind of build up steam and go really well. So I actually really enjoyed Cemetery of Terror, and it was one of my favorite like watches of 2020. And I watched a lot of films in 2020. I'm at home. A lot of people right now watching a lot of films. So this one I really enjoyed. Now, Don't Panic. No, it's the name of the film. See, Don't Panic is pretty much the Freddy Krueger, the Ruben Galindo Jr. film, but not just any Nightmare on Elm Street film. Nope, not just anyone. Part 2. This one is a lot like Freddy's Revenge, and trust me, once you see this film, you see certain sequences, you're kind of going to get the Freddy's Revenge feel that this movie has. Because people say, "Oh, this is a Nightmare on Elm Street that did it." No, it's not. Nightmare on Elm Street, very different. Freddy's Revenge, very, very much so in this one right here. The makeup is actually really good. There's kind of a Freddy-esque makeup with the character. You can kind of see it there. And basically, it's about this guy who's having a birthday party. And we pretty much see him at the end of his birthday party. For some reason, he seems like this super naive character, down to the point where we see him like in like these dinosaur pajamas a lot, which is really strange. But I think they're trying to just like emphasize like his naivety and like and his youth aspect of it. Cause, you know, he lives with his mom, but he looks like he's around 20, but he's in high school. And basically, what happens is they use this Ouija board and he says like he used one before and it was a really bad experience. He never wanted to use it again. We don't find out anything about that. That's like kind of a backstory that we really does never gets followed up on. But his friend Tony brings over this Ouija board, and there's this new girl in school that he really likes, and she's there as well, so he tries to impress her. Now, what starts to happen is basically, just like, you know, where Freddy kind of possessed Jesse in Freddy's Revenge, the demon, named Virgil, by the way, possesses somebody in this one, but not him. Actually possesses somebody else, somebody close to him, which he doesn't know until a little ways in who it is that the demon is possessing. But what happens is his eyes get really red, and he can actually see. He gets demon vision, so he can see the murders as they're happening. So this Ouija board is not just like opened him up to. It's not just brought a demon in and possessed somebody else, but it's also like connected him to the demon so that he can see the murders as they're happening. So he's trying to stop his friends from getting murdered, failing at it pretty miserably, by the way. And for a lot of people, when the Ruben Galindo Jr. movies were coming out, and we saw like Graverobbers and we saw Cemetery of Terror, this was the one that people were saying like, oh, okay, you know, those are good, but this is a piece de resistance. That's what was that was pretty much the standard for this one here. I will give you the alternate art for this one because it does have kind of cool alternate art. I do like it. I gotta get some more light up in here so I can actually do like videos with more lighting. Again, a really fun film. I really enjoyed it. It's like I watched 3 like really cool, should have been popular 80s films like from franchises that I really enjoyed that I didn't know existed. and that's how it came across. So how would I rate these? What order would I rate them in? So let's use the magic rating system as basically I just keep it outside the camera. And I'm going to show you from like from third to first which one I liked best. And I think you might be surprised actually. Maybe you won't be. Maybe you will be. And if you've seen 3 of these films and you want to do your own rating system, remember this is subjective. You can put your own rating down there. Also, there's going to be a donation thing down there. So if you want to donate to the channel, please feel free to do so. Help me get a better camera. All that jazz. And if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, look for the Live Movie Club on Patreon, and that is me. You'll see when you go in there, you see the Crimson Cult. There's a whole bunch of videos there, and a lot more coming, including some scorecards and some jazzy stuff like that. But without any further delays, let's get into the ratings of these here. So in number 3, in third place, I don't have a drum roll or anything to do, but I probably should. Like put one up here. Don't Panic. Yes, I know. The one that everybody says is the Ruben Galindo Jr. masterpiece, the one that everybody's waiting for. This is the best one of them all. It was really, really good. I actually really enjoyed this film. I did not like the ending. I there's aspects of it that I love the film. The ending, I didn't want it to go the way it went, and maybe that's because it succeeded in suckering me in. So that being said, being third place in a Ruben Galindo Jr. trilogy is high praise. Because by the way, all three of these films are fantastic, and I'm not joking when I say you should own and have all three of these films in your collection. Yeah, they really are that good. Number two is the excellent Cemetery of Terror. I love this film. I think this was incredible. There's a lot of twists and turns. I did not see some of them coming, and that was such a pleasure for me to watch. I just love this film. It was fantastic. And there we go. So I guess with, there's no drum roll. You know what it's going to be. Graverobbers. I know this is going to surprise a lot of people. Some people were iffy, and some people were, should I get this one? Is this too slashery? It is pretty slashery. And there may be that bias for me because I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. I have the complete collection from Scream Factory. There, I'm actually touching it right now. So to see a film with a Friday the 13th aspect, and not just any aspect, but what's considered one of the greater Friday the 13th aspects is like part 6 without so much humor, but with just the cool supernatural aspects and working well. I actually think that Graverobbers Supernatural works better than Friday the 13th's like zombie Jason Supernatural. So everything about it like just keyed into me. If I had one qualm, it is that it's an exploitation film, and it's a Friday 13th film type film without the nudity, without the boobs. So what a very small qualm to have out of this. These are three fantastically entertaining and interesting films, and some of the best slipcovers. I got to do at least one mistake per episode that I've seen in a long time. I enjoyed all three of these films. I can tell you right now that your order is probably going to be different than my order, and that's okay. But you know what? You're probably not going to have one of these here that you're not going to like. You're probably going to like all of these films. And for that reason, I have to say, Ruben Galindo Jr., I'm ready for more. I'm ready for another 3 Ruben Galindo Jr. films coming out from Vinegar Syndrome. They did such a good job with these here releases. I haven't watched the features on these yet. I want to watch the interviews with Ruben Galindo Jr., but I wanted to see all 3 films first so I can make this my very first DVD reviews day. And there you go. Do you like that title? Should I use something else? We'll see. But I will see you here next Tuesday when we're going to be reviewing something else, and come back and find out what it is. I am Aaron. This is my movie study, and I'll maybe doing the next one downstairs in my movie library, because I know a lot of you guys are missing out on seeing the movie library. And where this is a pre-taped one, I don't have to worry about like taking my you get more lighting, and I won't have to worry about like any internet droppage because it's being pre-taped. I'll see you soon right here on the Cult of Cinema. Have a great evening.